let's talk about load balancer adherence. It is possible to implement load balancer adherence so that the client is always redirected to the same instance behind the load balancer. This works for LAB and CLB. The cookie used for adherence has an expiration time that can be controlled. The most common use cases are to ensure that the user does not lose their session between two requests or queries. The problem with this method is that it can unbalance the load on the downstream instance of the load balancer because it is no longer balanced, it is fixed on a single machine. So it can overload our backend procedure. To make a small diagram, we have our load balancer here with two instances behind it. We have a client 1, here we'll make a first request, which will go to the other instance. When using adherence and making a second request, if cookies are still valid, the user falls back on the same instance. In the same way with client 2, the load balancer will redirect the user to an instance, and if he ever reconnects in the same way as client 1, as long as the tool is valid, we want him to fall back on instance number 2, and the same way for client 3. Let's see how this manifests itself in the console. Back in the console, so we are on our load balancer. In terms of adherence, it's not at the load balancer level that is going to happen, but it's going to be at the target group level. We are already going to see what the current behavior is by going to load. We refresh the page, we are redirected to different instances. So now we are going to set up the adherence at the target group level. Here, modify the attributes we activate. We'll set the duration of the permanence at 2 minutes per membership. Now if we go back to our page and refresh, the time it takes for the option to be activated is now set at 2 minutes and will be redirected to the same instance. So this is how the adherence works at the level of the balancer. It is managed at the level of the site.